You know that feeling when you walk up to a hotel reception or a restaurant in a new place and you're just not sure what to say in English? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, today, we're going to break down the exact phrases and protocols you need to handle those situations like a pro, with total confidence.
So, what's the big secret? It all comes down to something we call hospitality dialogue. Now, this isn't just about making small talk. It's a structured, super polite, and really clear way of communicating. Think of it like a script that everyone knows. And once you know your lines, every interaction becomes so much smoother. It's the key to a stressful trip for sure. All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with your arrival and that all-important first impression. Then, we'll talk about key phrases for during your stay, navigate the dining experience, and wrap up with a smooth departure. And at the end, we'll pull it all together with your key to confidence.
First up, arrival. You know, that moment at the front desk really sets the tone for your entire stay. So let's make sure it's a good one.
Okay, so hotel check-in can feel a little intimidating, right? But honestly, it's just 4 simple steps. First, you say hello, then you tell them who you are, you give them your ID and a card, and finally, you get your key. That's it. When you know the sequence, all the stress just melts away.
And here's what that looks like in a real conversation. As the guest, your magic phrase is, "Hello, I have a reservation under the name." It is so simple, so direct, and it gives the receptionist exactly the information they need to get started. Easy, right? All right, you've made it to your room, you've dropped your bags, but what if you need something? Let's talk about how to ask for things politely and actually get what you need.
So these are probably the top 5 things people ask for at a hotel. The Wi-Fi password is a classic. Or maybe you need extra towels, or you want to know what time the pool closes. Knowing how to ask for these things is like having a travel superpower. Now, here's the real pro tip. It's all about how you ask. Instead of saying, "I need towels," which can sound a bit demanding, try framing it like this. "I was wondering if it would be possible to..." It's a little softer, a little more polite, and it's a super common and natural sounding structure in English.
Okay, let's switch gears and head down to the hotel restaurant. Now, the dining experience has a few more moving parts conversation-wise, but just like checking in, it follows a very predictable pattern.
We can pretty much break down any meal out into these 4 stages. You get seated, you order drinks, then your main course, and finally you pay the bill. Each one has its own little mini dialogue, but we're going to focus on the big one, ordering food.
But wait, before you can order, you've got to read the map. And in a restaurant, the menu is your map. It's almost always broken down like this: appetizers to start, then mains or entrees for the main event, and desserts to finish. Knowing these categories helps you navigate any menu without feeling lost.
And when it's your turn to order, a simple, "I'll have the grilled salmon, please," is perfect. But, and this is important, notice the server's question. They might ask a follow-up, like, "How would you like your steak cooked?" This is why listening carefully is just as crucial as speaking. You have to be ready for those little questions.
All good things must come to an end, and after a great trip, you want to leave on a high note. The final interaction is checking out, and the whole point is to make it quick, easy, and totally positive.
So when you're ready to leave a restaurant or check out of your room, getting the bill is step 1. And honestly, you only need one of these 2 phrases. "Could I have the check, please?" is always a safe, polite bet. "We're ready to pay" is a bit more direct, but still perfectly fine.
And the actual hotel checkout? It's even easier than checking in, I promise. It's really just 3 quick things. You tell them your room number, pay for anything extra from the minibar, and you hand back the key. And just like that, you're done. A simple, clean end to your stay.
So, we've walked through the entire guest journey, from hello to goodbye. But what are the big overarching principles that will give you that unshakable confidence?
You know, it really just boils down to these three things. First, be polite. Seriously, please and thank you work wonders. Second, be clear. Don't overcomplicate it. Simple and direct is always best. And third, listen. Remember the server asking about the steak? Communication is a two-way street. If you can nail these three things, you can handle any conversation that comes your way.
So I want to leave you with a little challenge. Knowing this stuff is great, but real confidence comes from actually doing it. So think about it. What is one new phrase from today that you're going to try and practice this week? Because the fastest way to get better isn't just watching, it's getting out there and speaking. Thanks for joining me.